My name is James. I'm an organizer with a group called the Ohio Student Association.
I'm Malea and James. I'm also with the Ohio Student Association.
And Mike, we just got here. We weren't planning on speaking. Mike just and asked us to talk about why we were here. I think a little bit about who we are too. And, I grew up in Columbus. I just recently moved here to the city in November, just about maybe a week or two before all this craziness started to break loose. In Columbus, I grew up on the Near East Side in a neighborhood called Old Town East, a historically black neighborhood. And growing up there, we moved when I was about 12, right? And seeing the contradictions and the lack of opportunity in that city, as I moved from one neighborhood to the next, it did something to me. And when I got to school, I became an organizer. Because I was going to go do law school or something like that, and I had this epiphany one day that there were enough smart people going and doing that. There were enough people writing those policies, enough people, sitting in meetings and talking about stuff. And that it wasn't that we didn't have the right ideas about why we couldn't make sure that black businesses were getting these contracts. It wasn't that we didn't have the right ideas why we couldn't keep the police from killing us in cold blood and getting away with it time and time again. It's because we didn't have enough power to. It's because we didn't actually have the power we needed to protect ourselves. So I became an organizer because it became important to me to build power. And Malea's going to talk a little bit about some of the work that we've done.
Yeah, so I'm from Dayton. I was born and raised here. And when I went to school, honestly, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I went with the mindset that I wasn't coming back to Cleveland.
You out here in the back? No.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm born and raised in Cleveland. And when I went to college, I went with the mindset that I didn't want to come back to Cleveland because I saw how my city and community was being transformed into something that was unrecognizable to me. And I didn't know how to take part in that. But getting into community organizing and wanting to build power, I knew that I couldn't go anywhere else but back home. And so to get into some of the work that OSA has been doing, so I'm glad to be back here. Get into some of the work that OSA has been doing over the past 2 years that we've been an organization. We've done work around the criminalization of young people of color in general, specifically young black people. So we've done campaigns around the school-to-prison pipeline, focusing on zero-tolerance policies. And most recently, we've been doing work around the movement for Black Lives, or Black Lives Matter movement. And we were the main organization, the main group of people organizing around a young man who was killed 4 days before Mike Brown in Little Creek, Ohio, John Crawford III. I don't know if you guys are familiar with his name.
Oh, yeah.
But I went to Wright State, which is right around the corner from the Walmart where he was killed, and so I felt like I had no choice but to organize in this case because I shopped at that Walmart. And I could have done things that may have looked suspicious to someone and been a hashtag like John Crawford was. And so it was my duty to go back to that community and bring life and justice to John and his family. And so we, like I said, we did a lot of organizing around that. Our goal was just to, like I said, make sure that people knew who John was and that his name wasn't swept under the rug. And so we want to really do that in the city of Cleveland with highlighting Tamir and making sure that his name isn't swept under the rug, but also Tanisha Anderson, and making sure that her name isn't just a whisper in the wind, because it's not just a war on black men or black males, it's a war on black people, on black bodies. We are all we are in struggle, it's constant struggle as always. And so if you guys are willing to repeat after me, I want to recite Sister Asada Shakur's words. You guys willing to do that? Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Okay, so, it is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We must love and support one another.
We must love and support one another.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our